a Raider's Guide to the World of Airium. I am your host, Langley, the one and only, and if you are brand new to the Crypto Raiders universe, you have come to the right spot. This video series is a complete guide to the world of Airium, and if you're just jumping in and about to buy your first Raider, you need to watch this episode. We're going to take a look at everything you need to know before buying your first Raider. We've got a lot of information for this video, and we're trying to keep the video under 10 minutes, so let's get into it. So before buying your first Raider, there are 4 categories you need to understand before purchasing your Raider. That is races, generations, levels, and gear. Gear meaning the equipment that the Raiders actually own. Each of these categories will affect the price of a Raider, some more than others. But with that said, let's jump into the first bullet point here, races. All right, I'm here on the Crypto Raiders official OpenSea collection, and then before I go any further, I do want to mention that in the details of this video, I will post links to every official collection for Crypto Raiders. So races, there are 9 different races within the world of Airium. If you go down into the official collection here and you click on the drop down arrow here, race, you can see all 9 races, humans, elves here, orc, fairy, dark elf, cyborg, skeleton, and tigress. So if I go ahead here and I'll click the human race here, and this is you've got a few different types of humans in the world of Airium. You've got some old men, some really old men, probably over 100 years. Okay, maybe not that old, but they're pretty old guys. They're bald. Okay, we've got these black-haired gentlemen and also brown-haired gentlemen. I think this is Mike and this is John. Finally, we've got blue-haired Tammies and red-haired Tammies. The blue-haired Tammy has actually created a kind of following, a cult following, if you will. They've got a Tammy club, and it's all things Tammy. If you go into the Discord, you're gonna catch a lot of Tammy stuff, but it's all in great fun, I promise. So going on from the humans, we've got blue elves and white elves. Not a whole lot of difference in them other than them being white or blue. The blue elves are females and the white elves are males. We've got orcs here, and the orcs, I love the orcs. I don't actually own an orc myself yet. I'm actually a huge fan of the elves, so I've got a bunch of elves. But we do have orcs in the world of Airium. They're cute. They're cute orcs though, not like those ugly orcs in Lord of the Rings. These ones are cute. Next we have fairies. Fairies used to be one of the most rare races in the game, but it's kind of balanced out now here the last few months. But they're awesome. I actually absolutely love fairies. I do think they need some kind of wings on them. Hopefully maybe we'll get some wings later on the fairies, but nevertheless they look awesome. Their skin color is different than every other race. Hair color obviously different, and hopefully more additions and customization will be added to fairies in the future. Then we've got dark elves, which is definitely a fan favorite for a lot of people. They absolutely look amazing. They also cost a pretty penny compared to all the other races. Next one we have is cyborg. Cyborg's cool. I think undervalued. I think they look really cool in my opinion. You know, you got the whole Terminator effect going with them. Absolutely gorgeous looking NFT characters. You've got skeletons on the table, and finally tigresses. I'll put them both up here on the screen. But skeletons look really awesome. Obviously, it's just a skeleton that is moving and is dead but alive. So we've got undead. We've got undead races in the world of Airium, but hopefully we'll get some more, because the undead race is really a fun race to play, right? Tigresses, obviously it's a tiger, one of the few female races within the game. A lot of people love the tigresses. They love the way they look. So this is the first huge point you need to understand when purchasing your first Raider. There is no benefit to buying a human, cyborg, skeleton. There's no point to buying a more rare race compared to buying a cheaper human. A lot of people are confused about this sometimes. Well, what's the benefit of having a more rare race over the more common races? There's no benefits right now for that. The team has discussed adding benefits to the races, like benefits for, say, for mining or gathering materials, stuff like that, crafting. Maybe orcs can craft better or gather minerals better or something like that. They have talked about adding benefits like that to the races, but they have not done that yet, and I don't expect that to be a feature anytime soon, not at least until Overworld is out and we're completely running around the map with anything and everything we want to do. So that means the only thing that affects the value of the raiders in regards to the races of the raiders is what raider race you like the best. So if you like tigresses, you may pay a little bit of a premium for the tigress. Okay, let's just take a look real quick. Let's go to level. Let's change this to 1, so it's 1 to 12. We'll hit apply. Let's see what the cheapest tigress is. We're just gonna take a gander at this, okay? 0.09, all right? 0.09 is the cheapest tigress on the market for you to purchase. It is a generation 6. It is a level 6. Its name is Tony G, which doesn't matter at all. But it's 0.09 ETH or 107 US dollars. Okay, so we'll go back here real quick. Let's just take a quick look at humans. Okay, we'll go human here. All right, same factor here, level 1 to level 12. I'll just show that to you here, 1 to 12, right? And here we go, 0.008, $9, $10, guys. There's no benefits to buying a tigress over a human, other than the tigress looks absolutely amazing. It is a rare race. It is more rare, but the rarity of the race does not affect the ability of the raider in combat. It does not give it more HP. It doesn't have extra abilities or benefits within the game itself. So the value is just that people like the tigress a lot more. It looks way cooler, and there's less amount of tigresses in the world of Airium. So if you don't care about races, the rarity of the races, if you don't care about what they look like, just go buy yourself a human. It's the cheapest raider you're going to find on the market, and it's going to be a great value for you. Something that will affect the price a little more is generations. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 generations in the world of Airium. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a Discord announcement here real quick so you can see this as I'm talking about it. But the generations do have a bonus. Generation 1 received a 100% bonus. Generation 2 receives an 80% bonus. Generation 3, 4, 5 receive 60, 40, and 20%. Generation 6, you're out of luck. No bonuses for Generation 6. So what these bonuses are actually affecting within the game is when you go to sell gear to the Shady Laz merchant. So if you don't care about selling gear to the Shady merchant at a bonus, you can just go with the Generation 6 or 5 or 4. Those are going to be your cheapest ones, right? But if you want a higher profit margin when selling that gear and getting more bang for your buck, you may want to go for a lower generation. So let's take a look real quick at our generation prices, right? Generation 1 to 6. Let's just look at Generation 1s, okay? Generation 1 humans, all right? So here is a Generation 1 old human, 0.065. So $77.52 currently as of the making of this video, all right? So that's a great value for this raider. At 0.085 for the generation 1. And remember, you're going to get that 100% bonus when selling gear to Shady Laz. So let's say a piece of gear is selling flat to a Generation 6 raider for 50 Aurum. Well, now that Generation 1 is going to be able to sell that piece of gear for 100 Aurum, 100% bonus. So it definitely adds up when using the lower generation raiders to sell your gear from. And you know, the profit margins are a lot higher. You're going to get to those profits, if that's what you're chasing, a lot quicker. So that's 0.065 there for the floor price of Generation 1 humans. Let's go, let's just go 1 to 6. It'll show us our cheapest floor there, right? 5 here. There's a 0.008 for $9.54 compared to that $77 that the Generation 1 was. So that's just something for you to decide on what your risk levels are for your investment. But for me, I think you're getting a steal with these prices, guys, especially with leveled up generation raiders. Let's jump into what the levels mean for the raiders. So the highest level within the world of Airium right now is level 12. This is something you need to note. Leveling your raider from level 1 to level 12 takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of investment in terms of time. So what this means is if you value your time, then purchasing a raider that has a higher level is worth it. It's going to be worth your value for that raider. So the level of the raiders can affect the price of the raiders themselves. The max level right now is level 12. But once this game grows and grows and grows and we get into the overworld and whatnot, obviously the level cap is going to be raised. So higher leveled raiders are going to be worth more money. It's up for you to decide on how much time you have available to raise the level of your raider. So I did mention gear a little bit. So let's hop into how that affects the value of a raider. The first thing you need to know when buying a raider in regards to the gear a raider has, hit that refresh metadata button. You'll see this box come up in the bottom right corner. Give it about a minute or so, and then hit refresh on the browser page. Okay, the reason you need to hit that refresh button is because OpenSea is not automatically refreshing the metadata for these raiders every single day or minutes or weeks. Even they don't do it. Okay, I wish they did, but they don't do it automatically. So we as the customer, we need to do that. We need to hit that refresh button and make sure you're seeing the most recent level, the most recent gear that's on the raider. It's a major key point you need to do when buying your first raider. You'll be able to see all the gear that the raider has here in the description. Okay, the ones you really want to pay attention to is runes. You want to make sure you key in on runes. Spell rune, yeah, bash here, so that's a great rune to have on your raider. Let's see, we got another one here, escape artist. Now the next thing you want to pay attention to in regards to gear on the raider is if there's any legendary or epic or rare gear on the raider and in their inventory. I will post a link in the details of this video for a list of all the gear within the game as of the recording of this video. That way you can take a look at the list and kind of compare that to what's actually in the inventory here to give you a better idea of what that raider's real value is. Now I say all this with an asterisk. In my humble opinion, I believe gear is the least impactful part of the value for a raider, unless it is legendary or epic gear. Just key in on what the runes the raiders have. If you want those specific runes, unless the raider has legendary or epic gear, the gear really doesn't matter outside of the runes. Okay, level 2 raider over here with a Raging Tempest. The Raging Tempest is very powerful, has been used competitively in the world of Airium very often, and this raider has a ton of gear. Oh my gosh, I just felt like I was scrolling for days. A ton of gear on this raider. A level 10 with a, I think that's a epic or legendary piece of gear, but it's a great piece of gear and it's a generation 2. So this is a great raider right here for its value, 0.05. You've got some great gear on it, a huge inventory. You can't go wrong with this purchase. In my opinion, it is great value. And that's it for this video. I'm sorry we went over 10 minutes. We just had a lot of information to dive into. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell. That way you're notified next time we post a new video. Hit the like button for the algorithm. Drop a comment. Let us know what you love about crypto raiders. Again, if you are new to the world of Airium, please share this video with anyone who may be interested in the world of Airium. And as always, have an amazing morning, an amazing day, an amazing night. Be awesome, and we will see you next time. Peace.